this video because it's special. Valentine's Day is coming up, as you know, and if you are lucky enough to get roses from your Valentine, I have a really romantic way to preserve them. And this is also great for wedding bouquets. This is such an old technique. It's Victorian times. It's way old. But we are going to be taking our rose petals and turning them into clay that we will then turn into beads. And they come out black like this. And they retain their scent, so it's pretty cool. It is suggested that you use a cast iron skillet, like the old school black cast iron skillet, when you are cooking your petals, because then you'll get this really nice black color. And if you use like a stainless steel pot, I think they will turn brown. So brown balls, not so cute, but black ones look really kind of elegant. Once you have got your beads dried and strung, or you do whatever you want to do with them, it is recommended that you do not keep them in a plastic bag and do not get them wet. They will last forever. In fact, they used to make rosaries out of these back in the old days. You can also add rose oil to the clay when you're working with it, and that will make the scent even stronger. And they will retain that scent. So just keep them in a dry area. Don't wear them in the shower. Don't keep them in plastic. It's recommended to keep them in a wooden box if you want them to really retain their scent. If you have any questions, please post them down below and let me know. I will get back to you. That's it. It's really easy. It's a little bit of an involved process. Most of my craft projects are pretty quick, but this one, you know, took a little more time, but well worth it in the end. I think it's a great way to preserve that memory of the roses and what occasion they were given to you for. So, yeah, that's it. So here's another look at the beads that we'll be making out of rose petals today. And as you can see, I used a cast iron skillet and it really made it a deep dark color. So the first thing you're going to do is take your rose petals and put them in the blender. Add some water. And then go ahead and sort of mash them up. They're still going to be pretty pulpy at this point, so you're going to go ahead and put them in your skillet. And I found my cast iron skillets at the thrift store, of course. So, you know, if you don't have one, go check that out. And you're going to let those simmer for about an hour until they look like this. Remove them from the heat and let them cool down, and add them to your blender one more time. I also added some additional water at this point. Once it comes out of the blender, you'll put it back in your skillet, and it's sort of the consistency of applesauce. So you'll keep heating it, simmering it sort of on a medium-low heat. And as you can see, it's kind of turning to a pudding consistency, and then it gets to a pretty thick consistency, and that's what you want. So put that out on some parchment paper and let it dry out a little bit more, and so it's not too sticky, and you can start rolling it into balls. So I am using knitting needles to pierce these and let them dry on the knitting needle. And you want to move the beads up and down while they're drying so they don't get stuck. But you could use a skewer or any kind of pointy thing and let them dry. I actually put mine in the oven at 170 degrees for about an hour. And as you can see, they shrink up quite a bit. And this is what they look like. So there are some kind of rough edges to them. So I decided to take a nail file and go ahead and file those rough edges down a little bit. I also sealed mine with a spray sealer. And that was it. So it was kind of a process, but totally worth it in the end. I have this beautiful memory of the roses from my husband that will last me forever. And they still smell like roses, so it was a lot of fun to make. And I hope you'll feel inspired to try it yourself. Happy Valentine's Day, and thanks for watching.